Yes. Thank you for joining me today. Beautiful day in Colorado. Little blissful smile. That sigh of relief just releases all tension. Start your meditations that way. Just like 10 times. Just imagine smoke coming out of a chimney. And that's thoughts coming out of the top of your head. And all the stress is made from thoughts. So if you're just and imagining smoke coming out of a chimney or thoughts coming out of the top of your head, you will completely relax. Mother Nature is smart. Mother Nature invented the smile, which immediately makes you happy. Mother Nature invented the sigh of relief, which immediately has you relax. So let's not take these things for granted. Do a sigh of relief, and then put a big blissful smile on. And say, I love you to whatever's up there. And then your tongue just sort of gently touches up, no effort though. And your eyes just sort of gently look up. And you just love up. And even though that's so easy to do, what's happening is all of the lower psychic energy, the fear and mischief of the ego, is coming up through the solar plexus into the heart, and you're loving up. You're touching your tongue up, so it's coming up through the throat chakra. Touching your tongue up, big smile pointing up, directs the energy up through the third eye. The crown, the pineal gland is activated, and oh, did you know? It produces nice chemicals like serotonin and DMT. You won't need to use drugs anymore, okay? And that's what you get from smiling and relaxing. Okay, so we'll start with that. And now we'll talk about the ego. The ego is attached to all worldly thoughts. And the ego traffics in all the guilt, blame, judgment, all the mental noise of the horizontal plane, right? And we like to go vertical and be with the soul, which is all love. But you don't want to suppress the ego. Because if you suppress it, a bunch of stuff kind of piles up energetically, which might blow up someday. So if you're feeling like crap, you want to give your ego a chance to express itself. But the right way to do it is to create a relationship with little e. I like to call it little e. And treat it like a puppy that you're training. So you can love little e. Oh, little e, God bless you, Always barking and crapping on the carpet, I got to teach him to go out. Got to teach him not to bite, That's a nice way to transform your ego instead of like, I need to perfect myself and not be an ego. No, you want to listen to little e. Little e's got grief. Little e might want to cry. If that's happening, cry. It's good. When you're crying, there's still a part of your awareness that's aware that you're crying. So be aware that your little e is crying and sobbing has this pumping thing going on with your diaphragm. And I want you to know that pumping is pumping out trapped energy. So when you need to cry, by golly, cry. But also be aware that you are the one who is aware of little e crying and purifying and getting rid of grief and getting rid of stress and getting rid of pain. Okay? And you're going to teach little e to behave the way you would teach a puppy. Don't punish it. Guilt is not allowed. Being loving and kind to your little e. Okay, so if your little e is freaked out, let it be freaked out and have a conversation, okay? What is it you want? Little e is just all grumpy and bitchy. Saying, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. And just listen, you can write it down. Okay, what do you want? I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Okay, so you're not suppressing. So little e is saying what it wants. And then you can say, that's fine. Because little e just wants you to be successful, and it wants you to be happy. And the ego is something that has been conditioned into all of us from society. It's just that the ego uses pain to motivate you. It uses guilt to motivate you. You're an idiot. You need to do better. Pain as a motivator. So just know that. And then just say, okay, little e, what is it you want? I want you to do better. Okay, so you're upset with me and you're doing this guilt trip because you want me to do better. Yeah, okay. Could we do better if we felt okay? Could we do better without the guilt trip? Yes. Is unhappiness helping you to get what you want? No. But it's totally okay to, let little e be a part of your family and to educate little e. Is happiness okay? Yes. If you were happy, would you still make money? Yes. If you're not making enough money, little e is going to do some big guilt trip on you and fear trip and adrenaline trip and all this stuff. Does that help you to do what little e wants you to do? No. Okay, just like grief. Little e keeps every grief and keeps every blame and keeps every bad story so that you will do better in the future. You could say, hey, little e, do we need all these bad memories to help us do better? No. Can we let them go? Yes. Okay, then you can love up, do some thanks-centration, say, thank you, God, thank you, Spirit, for helping me to teach little e how to be happy. Okay? Little e does anger and fear and blame and drama and nutty behavior, which is negatively using the imagination. All forms of guilt and psychic punishment to motivate itself to do better so we can be happy later. I'm going to make myself miserable now and worry so that I can work harder and be happy later. That's what's happening. And you can just say, okay, little e, I appreciate that, but do we need that? Do we need that to do better? If you weren't scared, playing all these horrible stories about the news and the fear and the upcoming problem. If you weren't scared and unhappy, could we still do good? Could we still take care of our lives? Yes. And then little e is carrying these grievances and grudges. So, hey, little e, if you forgave that, would we still be able to protect ourselves and do good in the future? Yes. So little e is keeping the grievances and the grudges in order to protect you so that you can be happy. But do we have to be unhappy right now in order to be happy later? Or if I was happy right now, could I still protect myself? Would I still work my job? Would I still know to avoid stressful situations? Okay. Yes, you would. All right? But I don't think you should ever suppress little e. You should have a dialogue with little e. You should get to know your little e, okay? Me, myself, and I, the personality, the soul, and the ego. The three of you should get together, Personality should understand little e and its weird psychology and bring the light of the soul in so that everybody can get together and say, hey, I got it that shit happens, that you got some stories. That's okay, little e. But if you were happy right now, could we still manage this life? Yeah. And so you just reason it out. That's the plane of pure reason rather than suppression, because suppression is no good. All right? So I'm going to invite you to cultivate a relationship with little e. I've got all kinds of processes and games and techniques that can help you with that. So if you'd like some special help with that, making peace with your little e, clearing grievances, clearing the past, you just join me on Patreon, and I'm glad to help you any way I can. All right? So join me there, and then send me an email, let me know, and I offer coaching there and all kinds of things, transformation games, all right? So let's have fun working with little e and be happy and have a great life.